Okay, so update. It's Easter Monday, April the 17th, 2017. Just an update with regards to how we're getting on with the birds in the breeding season so far. I've separated the Irish bullfinches. You see the hen there, she's going towards the nest, so she's in and out, but hasn't necessarily started building a nest just yet. They played with it a little bit a couple of weeks ago, and I thought maybe they were going to start building, but I think now that they've been separated, it's more of a kick up the arse they need. That cock wasn't looking the best anyway, so we kind of took him away. Gave him a course of bait cocks for 2 days, and he seems to be back on form now. It was not a bother to him. The Siberian bullfinches, she laid her second egg this morning, both of which have been taken away. Believe it or not, she built her nest on the 15th of April last year and laid her first egg on the 16th. And exactly a year to the day, it's been the exact same. So, nice reliable pair, I suppose we'd say, for those two. Again, they threw 5 white chicks between them last year over the course of the 3 rounds. So, I'd be fairly hopeful that we'll get something decent from them again this year. Now, the white pair started building in here, and then you might be able to see a little bit of the nest material they kind of pulled in, and they decided then to start using that one over the back. So hopefully they're going to start using that in the next day or two. Fingers crossed there. Again, I've separated. This is the other bullfinch cock, Irish bullfinch, and an Irish bullfinch hen. She's in there somewhere. Oh, there she is, down there in the nest. I actually moved that nest. You might be able to see the top of her head there, a little bit of black. I moved that nest. It was screwed to that wall, which worked well last year for another pair, but they don't seem to like it there, so I've moved it today. The goldfinches have started to pull the nest material. That nest has actually come down. I need to fix that now in a second. They've got moss and they've got dog hair and a little bit of coconut fibre and other bits and pieces. Cotton wool teased out. They pulled it out as well. This pair of Irish bullfinches, again, I have them separated with a divider. I pulled that divider today and twice that cock tread that hen. I've replaced that nest in there. I was using this nest, which was used for Siberian bullfinches. Again, my main thing has been Siberian bullfinches for the last couple of years, but that was used perfectly well for Siberian bullfinches. It just hooks onto the wire. There's a little bit falling off down there somewhere, but that basically clips in through the wire here as if you would a perch. And the Siberian bullfinches worked on it no problem at all. The Irish bullfinches not so much, so I've replaced that now in there with a wicker basket. And again, there's one here. I don't know if they're going to do much with that nest. I'll see, but this corner here seems to be where they're going to go, so we'll lead them to it. Siskins are not doing an awful lot. Now again, it's still relatively early, but the siskins are normally some of the first birds to go down in the season. As you can see, there's not a lot happening in that nest. So I don't know, maybe change quarters or something, I don't know, we'll see what happens. That canary hen is due to have her eggs hatch on Wednesday, so another 2 days. I've taken the nest away from this pair. To be very honest, I'm sick of them. They should. She has built 3 nests, not laid a single egg. And then again, I took that nest away today. Just to, I mean, that was a full nest, but I pulled it apart. They're not laying any eggs, so I'm going to take the cock away again and see what happens. I'm not holding out any hope anymore. This hen here had 2 chicks hatch out this morning. Just take this up out of here, come on. Yeah, she laid 4 eggs, 2 were infertile and were taken away. And you can see one of them's gaping anyway. The other one here on the bottom. Let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. 2 nice big gaping mouths. Plenty of egg food in there with them at the moment. And all should go well. Fingers crossed. That's the egg food there. Nothing special. Up here, this hen, her 4 chicks are fully feathered. There actually is 4 in there, we'll be able to see them. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's them. Now, the curious thing with that pair is the hen, as you can see, is a dimorphic. Okay, she's a bit of a dirty face, but she's been feeding egg food all the time. That's the cock. Again, another dimorphic cock. But the chicks seem like they're going to be reds. I mean, I'll just pull one out here again. This baffles me a little bit. Great. Bit of bird shit on my finger. Now, again, this is my first time breeding these kind of birds. I've bred canaries before, but never dimorphic, so I'm not too sure if that will molt out to be an actual dimorphic or if that is going to be a red bird. Either way, I'd be happy enough, but again, I was kind of hoping for some dimorphics. Put that back in there. Off you go. Now, back into the nest. Wiggle away, and you're sorted. The goldfinches in the last 48 hours seem to have just exploded into activity. This pair have started to do something with this nest in here. They've pulled some stuff in, they've pulled some stuff out. That's the dog hair that they were using. They were using some of this, they had that in there as well. But again, it was pulled in and then pulled back out, so we'll see. I've actually changed up. I've used one of these other nest plans on the outside as well. This was literally put up before I started the video, so nothing massive there. Cotton wool, a bit of moss. Then you've got the sisal fibre and the actual, that's the stuff there. Premium super mix. You can get it anywhere really. And coconut fibre. Red poles. Again, this is my first year trying to actually breed red poles. I've had them over the years. I've never actually gotten them to breed. And I'm going to give up, I think. Just, they're not in the right type of cage. They're not in the right type of situation, I don't think. I know I have them in there as a trio at the moment. But the reason that is because that cock there seemed yesterday, for whatever reason, to just ball up. And I thought he was going to die. So I took him out and I put the spare cock that I had, I put him in there. And I just pulled the divider out on the two hens. Now, in fairness, he went straight up to the two hens and started feeding them. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. You know, watch this space, I suppose. But yeah, that'd be pretty much it. So far we've got nests being built, nests being built. Cock threaded the hen this morning, twice. 2 eggs in Siberians. They're starting to build. They've been separated. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, any questions, give me a shout.